I really don't want to read this. There are some parasites that have the ability to control their host. It's basic knowledge among biologists, but not much is known as to how the parasites do it. Studying the parasites specifically might reveal some clues to as how the powers of the Las Plagas work, and perhaps provide more insight on the victims of Las Plagas, the Las Ganados. Here's a list of some parasites that have the ability to manipulate the behavioral patterns of their host. Dicrocolium. Once the larvae of this parasite migrates to the ant's esophagus, it alters the behavior of the ant. When the temperatures drop in the evening, the infected ant climbs to the top of a plant and clamps onto a leaf using its mandible. It stays there immobile until the next morning, placing the ant where it's most vulnerable to be eaten by browsing herbivores such as sheep. One could conclude that the parasite is manipulating the host behavior to make its way into the body of its definitive host. Galactosimum. The larvae of this parasite makes its home inside the brain of a fish such as the yellowtail and the parrot bass. Once infected, the fish make their way up to the water surface where they'll swim until eaten by seabirds. Once again, this peculiar behavior can only be explained by the parasite's desire to get into the body of the seabirds. Lucochloridium, I don't know. This parasite's sporocysts develop in the snail's tentacles. The sporocysts are vivid in color and pulsate continually, somewhat like a worm. Surprisingly, the infected snail makes its way to the top of a plant where it is more visible to the eyes of birds, therefore more likely to be eaten. Once eaten by a bird, the parasite will complete its metamorphosis into an adult. So yeah. Awesome. I'm actually surprised that we got a blue eye so early. Blue eyes are like the hardest ones to find. Alright, let's go back to the shotgun. Alright, so you'll want the butterfly lamp because that's what those eyes are for. So let's go to that real quick. Yeah, there's I believe 2 of these in the game. 2 or 3 of those. Alright, and this part is actually, you can either go straight through, pretty much skipping them, which that's what I want to do. Yeah, sweet. Now I'm stuck. Run! Don't care. Voila. Alright. Okay, now this is actually a lot of fun, and I'm gonna try and get all of them. Elegant mask. Alright. Yeah, this is whack. You get, if you can get them all, then look at all this stuff that you get. You get all these goodies. And then usually if you don't get them all, there'll be a guy, like usually it's the last guy, just standing right down there by the door that you can actually just kill. Pretty easy. Alright, I think he actually has some new stuff, or just new upgrades.
Got some rare things. What are you buying?
I guess not.
What are you buying?
I don't really have anything to buy.
Come back anytime.
Oh, I didn't even see these. Alright. See, I don't mind doing the castle area, just as long as I don't have Ashley with me. This game is a lot more fun without her. Alright. Castellan memo. For many years, the Salazar family has served as the Castellans of this castle. However, not everything is bright. From my ancestry has a dark past. Long ago, there once was a religious group that had deep roots in this region called the Los Illuminados. Unjustly, however, the first Castellan of the castle took away their rights and powers. As a follower of this religion and as the 8th Castellan, I felt that it was my duty as well as my responsibility to atone for that sin. I knew the best way to atone for the sin was to give power back to those who once took it away from the Los Illuminados. As expected, it took a little time, but we were able to rejuvenate the once sealed Las Plagas. With this success, I was one step closer to the revival of the Los Illuminados. The reason why I released the Las Plagas from deep under the castle and gave them to Lord Sadler was not only to repay for the sins of my ancestors, but I felt certain that the Lord would make better use of this power to help save the world. To save those that have sinned with the power of the Las Plagas and to cleanse their souls, creating a world without sinners the way it was meant to be. Once cleansed, they would become one of the many Ganados, where they will find the reason to live. And after the Lord has succeeded in creating the world in which he has envisioned, then the sins of my Salazar family will be atoned for. Actually, I think I'm going to go back and get something. Hold on. I believe he's still here.
Welcome. Got some rare. What are you buying? Not only will you. Not only. Thank you. Not enough cash, stranger. What are you
Oh, I
selling?
suppose I could sell some stuff.
Is that all? Thank you. What are you buying? Is it? What are you buying? Not enough cash, stranger.
Ah, alright, whatever. I'm not too worried about the capacity for that anymore.
Come. Back any time.
Alright, now let's try this.
Ahí está. Sí, sí. Ahí está. Cógelo, Mátalo.
Why?
No dejes que escape de la